Let's talk a little more about the aid and humanitarian support now with Ravi Singh, Chief Executive of the Khalsaaid International. That's a non-profit humanitarian organisation which supports victims of disasters around the world. Thank you very much for coming on the programme.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Well, we heard there from Martin Griffiths of the United Nations talking about this really difficult point in an operation like this where you move from the rescue attempts to recovery, a basic acceptance that the chances now of survival are so slim that the focus has to shift to recovery and supporting the people that did survive. In your eyes, where do we stand now? What point are we at?
I think, yeah, it is sad. I've driven past so many towns and cities, absolutely devastated, and I've seen people sit outside where the machinery hasn't reached yet, asking us, can you hear the noise? Can you hear someone calling us from below the rubble? And then you're listening as well. And, then you don't want to say anything that may break their hopes. And you say, look, we're not hearing much, but, when the rescue teams arrive, but they keep crying, saying, when will they reach us? So, unfortunately, it's a very human tragedy. The family members still think that there will be rescues. They still think their relatives may be buried alive, but the temperatures here are absolutely shockingly freezing. I mean, when I arrived a few days ago, 6 p.m., I was like frozen, working all covered up, warm clothing. Imagine those in the camp. So I think, yeah, we're doing what we can for those who have survived the earthquake. We're doing much as we can. Our team from Iraq reached here within 24 hours. Within 72 hours, we had a massive truck full of 3,500 blankets. We've got a second truck coming. We set up hot meals immediately. Right now, I am in a town called Urfa, but our hot meals have started in Islia, which is in southwestern Turkey. Although we're a small organization, we're very effective on the ground because we are very fortunate to have very good friends.
Oh, that's really interesting. I don't want to ask this because the list is so long, I suppose, but what aid is required most urgently? Because the temperatures is one thing, but we have the head of the World Health Organization in the region now, and that focuses the mind, obviously, on the need for all sorts of medical supplies too.
Yeah, definitely. There's doctors we work with. One of the doctors supposed to come back with me to the city. He said, I can't. He's from Iraq. He's a specialist surgeon. And he said, I got a lot of calls. I'm the only senior surgeon in the area for amputations. So you can imagine what people are suffering, that diseases may be breaking out. Some places they are breaking out. There is a real issue on sanitation. I've spent a lot of time actually on site. So when you have to go to the toilets or whatever, it's not something very pleasant. There needs to be absolute range of sanitation brought in, serious services in the area. But yeah, the WHO without its work cut out. The only good thing at the moment, in a way, for the diseases is it's a little bit cold, but there's still outbreaks coming up. People are struggling. Basic medicines, from basic painkillers, inaccessible. The shops are shut. There is hardly anything. I think even pharmacies probably not very open or not stocked up at all. There's a huge issue unfolding here. I mean, when I needed something very basic, and it took me so long just to find a local pharmacy which is open. Imagine people who are far away into the rural areas, and especially those without any access to the main cities. It's going to be impossible. It's very, very tragic. I think the scale of devastation is just so shocking. And how can we can respond to such a huge devastation and trying to reach every single person? It will take time.
It will.
It's just terrible.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for so clearly outlining just the horrendous scale of what is going on. You talked us through that and lots of the issues so clearly. Ravi Singh, thank you very much for coming on the programme.
Thank you.